That's right. So tonight we're calling it definition impossible. That's correct. Metaphysical. An eerie word, sometimes a scary word. How many people, when they heard about the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library, went, ooh, I don't know. There are probably some very strange things down there. I don't know if I want to go check it out. Do I have to go through some kind of ritual? Is this something really strange and kind of scary? What is it? What is it? How many people have been in the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library? Clap your hands! How many people have not been in the Metaphysical Library? Bark like an dog! Alright, come on down. Come on down and check it out. The Metaphysical Library is jam-packed with really amazing things. Just if I can...
I'm talking to this now. Oh, that's nice. Then I can modulate. Low voices, high voices. I'll have a voice tomorrow. That'll be fun. So, in the Metaphysical Library, you'll find things like books about finding your soulmate. Very handy. You'll also find the Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus series, which is also very handy when trying to find your soulmate. You'll find books about yoga, magic, loyalty, politics, alternative medicine, God, the media, and aliens. That's a nice triumvirate, isn't it? Which one is scarier? Which one is more exciting? What do you want to see first? A reporter, God, or an alien? Tough choice. You'll find books about the power of positive thinking, meditation, and, just in case you don't think the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library is mainstream, you'll also find the Time Life Mysteries of the Unknown series. Does anybody remember seeing ads for that on television? I'll never forget. I was watching late night TV, some old movie, and I'm sitting there kind of relaxed, really tired after a long day, and on comes this ad for the Time Life Mysteries of the Unknown series. And it's got, issues, books on cosmic connections, mysterious creatures, aliens, UFOs. And I'm sitting there watching TV and I'm going, everything's going to be fine with the world. Because now there's a Time Life series about these things. There are a number of really fabulous books about what it's like to be growing up and living in this strange world. Books for young people. There's a great one called The Book of Virtues for Young People. And it's a series of moral stories about self-discipline, compassion, responsibility, friendship, work, courage, perseverance, loyalty, and faith. And there's really nothing wrong with any of those things at all. And if you can master those arts, then you're living right. I just picked out a few things. I think this is a rather nice selection. Right now I have A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Fabulous book about a woman who's dedicated her life to sharing the information in the Course of Miracles. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, at the Metaphysical Library. And I also got Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So you can get a real mix of things in the Metaphysical Library. It's very cool. So go down and check it out. Metaphysical, the word. A lot of heady definitions out there. There's, we saw a few definitions up here on the screen as you were coming in. And I've seen a few other heady ones, a little difficult for me to handle. One that says, the word metaphysical can denote anything that has to do with phenomena coming in from or associated with the non-physical realm, including the quantum forces of subatomic physics and other things that involve spirit or the metaphysical God forces that create reality. That's why people go, ooh, metaphysical. The definition I like is that it's one of the main branches of philosophy concerned with the concept of being. Just of being. What's it like to be a person? What's it like to be alive in this world, this crazy, complex, amazing world that we live in? And what's it like to be a teenager? One of the reasons I'm really excited about being up here tonight is I get to talk all night about how cool teenagers are. Nobody can stop it.
Yeah.
That is right. Not to say the least the fact that we get to give cash prizes to teenagers. Yeah! It's cool. All my life I thought money was bad. Duh! So I never had any. Duh! Money's not bad. It's energy. It's great. You can use it for a lot of wonderful things. So tonight I get to talk about how amazing teenagers are. I get to share some of their essays with you. I will tell you that when I sat down to read the essays that were submitted for the contest, and when I looked at the collages that have been submitted for this contest, I was absolutely blown away by the brilliance, the spirit, the energy, the creativity, the imagination, the writing itself, the grammar. It was excellent. So I'm really proud to be here. I'm very honored to be your host tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of great things. We're going to give away cash. Yeah! And right now, I would like to introduce a very wonderful man who has really dedicated his life to not only making this evening happen, but making the Metaphysical Library happen. He really has done an incredible job. I met him a couple of years ago, and he was here working on the Disclosure Project and doing some information about that, which is fascinating stuff. You can find out about that at the Metaphysical Library too. Jordan Pease, the director of the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library.
Wow, it sure is bright up here. Can't even see. Oh, the room is packed. Okay, just what we wanted. I know who the winners are. Okay, I'm not going to take too much time up here. All the stuff I would normally say is on the literature on the table out there, so I hope you guys will all take a look at that stuff. The one thing I will say, though, is every Tuesday night, 7 to 9 p.m., we present free events, and we've been doing that for about a year now. They've become very popular. And the schedule for those events is on our website, and the December schedule is on that table out there. So we hope to see you down there one of these Tuesdays. I also know that a lot of our volunteers are here, but since it's dark, I'm not even going to ask them to stand. But we're going to have a reception after the ceremony tonight that I hope you'll stick around for and meet some of our own volunteers, and of course meet some of the winners.
Yes! Yeah!
Okay, now, as Joanie said, the essays and collage submissions are just unbelievable. We had no idea what we were going to get when we launched this, and they all came in at the very last minute, which was, of course, very stressful for us, but we had 68 entries total, which is very, very exciting for our first year. Thank you! Thank you! So, let's make a deal here, okay? There's a booklet that we're going to distribute right after the ceremony that has all the collages, or excuse me, all the essays in it, and it has the 3 collages printed in color on the front and the back. Now, on my laptop over there, I have all 50 of the collages. See where I'm going with this? Now, I didn't want to show them tonight because I really wanted to lure you guys down to the gallery to see them down there. But because they look so stunning on this big screen, I think we'll do it. But can you please promise me that you'll go down to the Nuwandart gallery and see it in person? Can you promise me that you'll do that if we show them tonight? Okay, we'll show them. Well, Sean. Okay. I don't really have anything else to say other than thank you all for coming here and honoring the students that have submitted just pour their hearts out into these projects. That's just fantastic, and you're going to get a taste of that tonight. So I'm going to give it over to our MC, Ms. Joanie McGowan.
Am I on here? Am I on? Am I on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm not saying it. All right. Oh, this is fun. I'm wireless. Okay. So I thought it would be fun to do a little thing here. I thought it would be fun to try to put something together that combined all the energies of all the writings and all the collages that we have here tonight. And so what I did was I thought, all right, if I wanted to find some common bond amongst all of them, what would it be? Well, it would be that they were all created by teenagers. So that I wonder if I took the essays and some of the artist statements and some of the essays and looked at them all and found sentences that began with the letters in the word teenagers and put them all together from all these different essays and collages. I wonder if they would say something. Well, of course they did. And this is what they say. Nothing but silence all around as the lights go down, and nothing else at this very moment is more important than going out on stage and giving it your all. The world should be a place where everybody feels comfortable unleashing old, confining fears and doing so in front of a large crowd of people. The other option was for me to do it. The freedom to follow my dreams and be whatever I want to be is beyond belief. This is my purpose in life. Ever since I was young, the thought that there was something more to our universe than meets the eye captivated me in a way that nothing else seemed to. Experiences, people, contemplative reflection, they have all helped me recognize the beauty and answer questions that have hounded me. A small difference in everyday behavior could one day lead to a change for the better in your life, along with the lives of those around you. As Gandhi best said it, be the change you wish to see in the world. Gandhi was a man who was driven to change the injustices and cruelties that he witnessed in his country. Remember limitless human potentials by escaping the lines of civilization for a time and enduring into the wilderness. Remember what belonging to everything feels like by briefly forgetting the city and yourself. So many types, so many movements. I would soon learn what kind my dance would be. No, my passion does not swim through the clattering seas of our absent culture or the winged obsession of wanting more. No one knows my goals, my interests, my ideas, my priorities. Socrates was only partially right when he said, evil is caused by a lack of knowledge. Some might say that's neat, but it accomplishes nothing. Wrong. Even the coldest heart can be the brightest color if they are given a chance to shine. Everything comes from your mind and your heart. Share your stories with the older people in your life. Chances are they have more stories than you and will laugh about the times they had and the times you have in common. Although writing is supposedly just words on paper, the essence of it is much more than that. What an author makes you feel and inspires in you can last a lifetime. No blood is spilled, no shots are fired, and even a 17-year-old living in a small town in Oregon can fight for what's right, all because of computers. Still, today, I am immortal and never want to be forgotten. Namaste. I bow to the divine in you. That was written by, how many entries did we have?
almost 68 different individuals. All starting with letters in the word teenager. Yes! How great are teenagers? The best! Let's hear it. How great are teenagers? The best! Right. The next time somebody says to you, oh my God, my child's going to be a teenager, go, right on! That is so cool! Can they come over to my house? I want to hang out with them. They're like all the potential in the world. You know, that's the thing. It's like, why do we get freaked out about teenagers? I was a teenager. It was intense. It was so intense. I have never been as intense since. So you can imagine what I was like. My mother was like, please, come take her to your planet, please. But teenagers are absolutely the most amazing people in the universe, and we'll hear more about that this evening as we go on. So yeah. So that's what you say. How do we get down to some prizes here? Shall we do a prize? Yes! Alrighty then. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways that people award prizes on award ceremonies, you know. There's all these various techniques, and in fact, how could we make something happen that would sort of relate to the metaphysical library? Well, we thought, what we're looking for is an answer here. What we're all waiting for is kind of an answer. Well, can't wait. Stop. I have to stop something right now. I have to stop myself. I just want to say that there are absolutely, how many entries do we have? 68 winners tonight.
Yes.
So everybody here. And I gotta tell you, man, if the winners who win the cash want to go around slipping $5 to all the other people who entered the contest, I got no problem with that. Great way to, that would be fun. That's what I do. It's like, oh, dude, I won all this money. Here, have some. So we're trying to figure out, you know, how do you do it with the metaphysical library? How do you find the answer to this question, you know, who won these prizes? You got to realize that, you know, we talk about, in metaphysics, we talk about the fact that most answers are kind of somewhere right within your reach, right within your grasp. You know, usually somewhere right at your fingertips. It's usually just right there, you know? Alrighty. Third place. Winners of $200 apiece. Oh, did I say that? We have much more fabulous prizes than that. Okay. I'll just take my time here. I have kind of a nice day today, you know, to work. Come on. Behind in the office. And, alrighty then. The third place winner in the collage category is, I'm not going to say his name, Abeni Hill. Oh, that's very cool. In the essay category, the third place winner is Stephen Becraft. Amazing things that these fabulous people have done for us. And I'm going to read, do we have Abeni's collage available for viewing? This is Abeni's collage. It's called An Orb of Colors. This is what she wrote in her artist statement. The world today is a simple generation, a globe of diversity, an orb of colors. It is the mere essence in which people have a chance to be who they are. Our world is a reminiscent symbol of colors in which contains souls who are not only different by their individuality, but by color, race, and beauty within.
Our world is a glorious creation that contains people who are not alike. If you look at the world, it is imperfect. It embraces people who are not yet accepting to different cultures, beliefs, or skin tone. It's not that people are mean, it's just that they need to learn. There is more to a person than the outside. And if you take a deeper look, you can see their true color. That is what the world is. A nation filled with wonderful colors. Even the coldest heart can grow to be the brightest color if they are given a chance to shine. A big round of applause! Now I'm going to embarrass you by reading the part of this. Are you embarrassed? Cool! You want a microphone? Ah! I have one for you if you would like. This is an excerpt from Stephen's essay, which is titled Universality of Wisdom, Sharing Ideas to Dispossess Negativity. Yes. Wow. Make it go away. I can say that I learned things the hard way. But the beautiful thing about life is that most of us have been there at one point of our lives. That's for sure. At the time, I did not know how to deal with negativity. Second-generation New York school poet Ted Berrigan might have called this our stupid ineptitude. We were all there. What we have to learn from these experiences, however, is that that is not the end of everything. Writing, reading, talking, thinking, and most importantly, doing. These can all be a positive outlet. We can always turn our negativity into a positive outlet. Oh yeah. Through writing for my school newspaper, expressing what I feel should be voiced on campus. Through discussing or expressing myself in a class, a different cultural, social, and critical perception on the materials covered in a class. Through, most importantly, showing and expressing benevolence to the community that surrounds me. I feel I can make a change, even on a grassroots level. I will not be shut up in prose or feel bogged down in the baggage of my own body organs. Excellent. I will share myself, my culture, my history, everything. Happiness lies in the eyes of the beholder, and I will perceive happiness with the help of Brock's friendship, Brock's wisdom. Fantastic. Thank you so very much. Prizes for you, because you worked so hard and spent all this time putting this fabulous essay together. We have a pen! It's fabulous. It has blue, shiny things on it. It says Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library. It has the address so you can go down there. Here you go. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. All right. Yes. There's something else. We have money. Yes, that's it. 200 smackers. The only problem is, you have to go to the principal's office tomorrow to get it. No kidding. There's more. We have a certificate. Are they here? Okay. Don't look. What's going on back there? I will. All right. Here it is. Okay. Ta-da! Here's your certificate. You can turn this in for the cash tomorrow. Yeah. Joan, you want to get another picture? Oh, yes. You get a picture, too. Ready? Okay, wait. There's more. You get to choose what color frame you want for your certificate. We have grizzly red. We have nature brown. And we have sophisticated black. What would you like? Nature brown. Excellent choice. There you go. Congratulations to you. Big round of applause. Isn't this fun? I love it. Alrighty then. There are many people that make the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library happen, and I'm going to introduce two of them to you right now. Did I get this right? Yeah. Mr. Jochen Ziems is someone who has been running and making the Nuwandart Gallery happen for a long time. Nuwandart is a wonderful gallery that has been very engaged in the young people in our community by showing their work and raising money for them and doing all kinds of stuff for young people here. And I would like to introduce Mr. Jochen Ziems to come up and talk for a moment about the events.
Yeah, Johan!
Sure, it's fine.
So let's see.
It's on, I think.
I'm not even going to try to be as funny as Joan. Would not work. But I'd like to know how many of you guys have put in an essay for this contest. If I can hear a clap on the essay people that I know. And how many people did the collages? And how many of you guys think they deserve the first place? Would you clap? I think you're going to get the first place. Well, I totally agree with what was said so far, that there's no way we can decide on 3 prizes out of all these beautiful collages. And I was one of the judges on these collages, and it was just impossible to choose 3 of them. Looking at these 50 collages, actually me personally hanging them, reading over the essays, and just seeing how much heart and how much feeling you guys put into these is just absolutely breathtaking to me. And I want to thank you so much again, and just please keep in mind, everybody is a winner. There's no way that 3 of them are going to be better or different or stick out. It was just sheer impossible to give 50 first prizes. It wouldn't be a contest then. So what I want to talk about a little bit is judging of the art, because I always get asked so many times, am I an artist? Do you think my stuff is worth showing in the gallery? With me running the gallery, I get to see portfolios every week. I get people asking me all the time, would you look at my stuff? It's a guideline that I've chosen to use on looking at art that has never failed for me so far, and it's nothing that I ever learned, it's just something that I always keep in mind about art. Is when I look at a collage or look at a canvas, I think the piece itself, even the sculpture, is just a byproduct. It's not even anything that has to do with the actual art that happens as you're making it. So when you're sitting at home on the floor, cutting out pieces of paper, when you're going through magazines, when you're thinking about what am I going to do, what idea am I going to have, am I going to put this sheep in this corner, am I going to put this statement over here, there's a guy eating an ice cream, am I going to put him here. This is when art happens, when your mind focuses on something, when your mind goes away from day-to-day life, reality, from TV, from anything you can think of. When you focus on the art, that's when it happens. So when I look at a piece of art like a collage, and I can kind of understand and get back out a feeling that was put in, then that to me is art. Then that is when it is actually happening. So all the canvases and all the collages are really just a byproduct to me. So that's how I usually judge art. The time, the emotion, the heartfulness that went into it. And we try to do a talk this time too, and it was nearly impossible, like you said. Everybody is a winner with this contest. And the last thing I want to say is, 10 years ago I sat right there where you guys were sitting, and it was here in Ashland that I won my first prize with a painting. And I've been an artist ever since. I've done a body of work of about 150 paintings, and I sold some, given some away. I opened the gallery about 5 years ago. And I'm very proud of being an artist and using art to keep me sane and to keep me out of trouble. What else could you ask for? I was sitting there 10 years ago, and I think today, if I didn't have the art, where would I have ended up, or how much more trouble would I have gotten into? So I want to just encourage you guys to keep being artists, become artists, where everybody already is an artist, and just keep in mind, the things you do today will affect you for the rest of your life. It might not seem that way, but 10 years later it comes around fast, believe me. I was sitting there just yesterday. And so make good, wise decisions. And remember, the least you can do is just sit, paint, and do art. It's peaceful, it's fine, keeps you out of trouble. And helped me a lot. So thanks again, and good luck to everyone.
And I do want you all to know that all of the collages will be on display tomorrow night at Nuwandart Gallery as part of First Friday. So come down and see them, because they are absolutely incredible.
Jordan sent them to me via email. I was at work at Jefferson Public Radio, and I started to look at them. I thought, I'll just look at a few, but I couldn't stop. I just wound up spending over an hour of time. Don't tell my boss. There's another very special person here to talk to you for a moment. Abby Lewis has been working with the Metaphysical Library for a very long time, has dedicated a lot of her energy and time to the library. She's a delightful person to work with, and I'm very proud to introduce her this evening to talk about judging in the essays contest. Abby Lewis. Great.
Wow, you really can't see anything up here.
That's scary, isn't it?
Well, thanks, and it is such an honor to be here tonight and to talk to all of you. And I do the website for the library. That's one of the things I do. And everybody's essays and everybody's collages are also going to be on the website. We couldn't make it live until after we announced the winner, so after the ceremony tonight, let's say by midnight. I'll have that for you. I do want to recognize everybody. We had about 18 essays, or we had exactly 18 essays. And just like Jochen and Joanie said, everybody's a winner. It was impossible to pick a winner because they were all so good. And I want to really acknowledge everybody who wrote an essay for the time that you probably spent on your Thanksgiving break, and the effort, and just the way everybody bared their souls. Everybody put a lot of themselves into their papers, and it was really obvious, and it was really touching to read them. As a way to not make the process of judging them so painful, and this was, Jochen didn't like the way we did this, but we basically made 5 different categories, and we gave each category a 1 through 10 marking on that. And basically for the essays we looked at, was it positive? Was it empowering? Was the paper sincere? Did the person really, express themselves? Was the presentation good? Did it read well? Was it a good read? And then the last thing that we scored people on was, and we didn't give as much weight to this, but just, technical stuff, grammar, spelling, and did you follow the guidelines that we put out? And that made it a lot easier because if you just read them, they were all wonderful. So just wanted to let you guys know that's how we basically judge the essays. And one thing that I felt most strongly when I was reading them was, truly, I really want to have a conversation with everybody who wrote one, because every essay that I read, I was like, wow, I want to continue this conversation with this person. There's a lot of insights here. And so now you know who I am. So if you wrote one of those essays, come talk to me, because I want to meet you and see what you're like, because all those essays were so wonderful. So that's really all I wanted to say, just to give you a little sort of background on how we judge the essays. And that's it. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming out, and truly everybody here who participated is the winner, whether you get a prize or not.
This is good. Am I on? Can you hear me now? All right, well, there's not just cash prizes, there's other prizes tonight. This is so much fun. I just feel like Vanna White. Okay. We have prizes in boxes. Where are they? You moved them. I love that. That never happens on game shows. Carol Merrill. Who remembers Carol Merrill from Let's Make a Yeah, door number 2. All right. Gotta hold the box the right way. So tonight we'll be giving away 3 really nice, expensive Sony VCRs, sort of programmable. You can have a good time with these. And they will be given away to people who did entries for the contest and are present this evening. So I'm going to ask 2 of the Metaphysical Library volunteers to voluntarily come up on stage to help me with the drawing. Good evening, Veronika. Good evening. Is this functioning? Just talking to my chest. And you are Jason. Hello, Jason. Nice to see you. You excited about doing this job?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
To volunteer also means that I have access to everything, so
that's
what I want.
Do you ever take any books or tapes home without checking them out or anything? He's busy over there. He's not paying attention. No? Is this working? Here! Okay, so, drawing number 1 for VCR number 1. And do you want to throw it in the box? Okay, don't look. No looking. Okay. Take away and
Right hand,
trust,
left hand.
yeah, trust and have faith that the right names, that you're going to draw a person's name who's actually present this evening. And the winner of VCR number 1 is Ariel Brand. Are you here? Oh, too bad. And the winner of VCR number 1 is Galen Magnuson. Are you here? Yeah. All right, there you are. We'll just huck it over there, okay? Congratulations. If you can figure out how to program this, you can have a really good time with it. Here you go. We'll just pass it on down. And thank you for entering the contest. Everyone's cool. Thank you so very much. Oh, excellent. In longevity, over a year for volunteer. And Veronika is in your also a year? Yes, very good. If you guys ever wanted to switch over to Jefferson Public Radio, just just kidding. No, I never steal volunteers. Alrighty then. Where are we? Okay. Oh, yes. This is very good. So this contest was aided along by the help of some very wonderful teachers here at Ashland High School. And I'd like to give a big round of applause for all teachers everywhere they are. For the teachers! We've really got to figure out this issue with not having enough money for education, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. That has got to change. Yes. And there's some information about that at the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library, too. So we have a fabulous teacher here this evening who's going to talk a little bit about the art aspect of the contest, the collage aspect. And it's my great honor to introduce one of Ashland High School's most popular art teachers, who some of the writers wrote about and said wonderful things about, Mr. Mark Jochen.
Is it working now?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Is this thing on?
You know, the kids totally love you.
I love them too.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
You're great.
I'm going to put her down. First of all, I would like to thank the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library for putting this together. You wouldn't believe what an incentive $500 is for young people. In fact, I was kind of joking around earlier talking about how maybe I need to take part of my budget and set up some like cash incentives my kids got to get kids going. I went down this afternoon and looked at the collages, and of course I've seen some of them. I actually want to back up. I want to thank Richard Brasici, who donated a whole bunch of National Geographics, because those things got a lot of use here recently. Went down this afternoon to look at the collages that are hanging up at the Nuwandart. I'd also like to thank Nuwandart for all their support for shows they put up in the recent past of high school work. It's very awesome venue. You guys have got to go down and see these pieces. They are amazing, hanging on the wall. The essays, the artist statements that are hanging next to them, they're really powerful, very deep. I was blown away. I mean, I've seen these things as they've been being put together. And like Johan was talking about, the process is really where it is. And all of the energy that has gone into these pieces in the last couple of weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks, and probably some of them sometime in between Thanksgiving and Monday. It was amazing. It was amazing just to see just how deep people are. I mean, I think sometimes we forget how you guys see the world as well as anybody. And to take the risk to kind of jump off that cliff a little bit and to expose your heart and your soul. And it was just so beautiful to see the images that people chose, how they put them together, and then to see the words that went along with them. Really, for me, don't know, just going through them today was really powerful. And Joanie's piece that she got up and read that had statements from the 50 different, artists and the 18 essays that were there, I kept hearing pieces that had jumped out at me earlier today, and it was really amazing to kind of have that condensed and be able to kind of go back through the show again. So please, tomorrow night or any time, go down to Nuwandart and go through there, take some time and experience each one of those pieces, because it is really phenomenal to see. And I think that, I know for a lot of people the $500 was the carrot out there, but what you guys have put together is truly phenomenal, and I'm really proud of you. It was really touching to go and experience that. So thank you again to the Metaphysical Library for putting this together, because it really gave kids in this community a chance to shine, something to go after, and to Nuwandart for their support in the past. And I know that we'll probably be working with you more in the future. And it's just great to have a venue like that, because one of the things I really like about this town is that we do support the kids in this community, and you guys respond to that, and that's really a wonderful thing. Thank you.
I just had a thought about why the results have been so amazing in this contest. Can someone have a program? Can I use your program for a second? I just realized that maybe we've just been making a mistake. We adults have been making a mistake for a long time. I think it's because we kind of ask teenagers the same question over and over again. Like, the first one is, you and your boyfriend or girlfriend aren't getting serious, are you? And the second one is, where have you been? And the third one is, what'd you spend the last $20 I gave you on? That's not the questions you were asked to for this contest. You were asked questions like, what is a passion that you long to express? Why are you passionate about it? Have you learned something the hard way? How would you like to see the world working, and what part would you play in creating that outcome? What are your top priorities in life? How do they impact your decisions? Maybe if we would just give teenagers all the credit they deserve and ask them those questions instead of the other questions, then we get more of this kind of stuff. Just a thought. Okay, enough lecturing. Back to the prizes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I want to mention something. In addition to the prizes awarded to the people who win the contest, the winners, the entry people, there is a $500 award being given to the art department at Ashland High School, and a $500 award to the English department also. Pretty cool. It's all made possible by the Sonoma Community Foundation. All right, it's time for second place. Yeah! So, sometimes when we're looking for answers, we realize that if we could just get off our butts and go out and work a little harder to find them, they're right there. So, Mary?
Yes.
Have you gotten off your butt lately to go out and look for an answer?
Yeah.
Could you do that for me now?
Yeah.
Come on. Stand up. So, that's where your butt was.
Yes. Hey, you're still marked there.
Well, I thought that's where the answer was. Well, maybe it's under your butt. Can you stand up for me, Steve?
There it is.
Oh, it was underneath Steve. Well, of course it was. Look, second place. It says, get the point? Get the point. Poinsettias! Oh,
No corn too small. All right. Second place winner. See your fabulous prizes. Not to mention cash in the collage category. Sohl! Cheer yourself up. You have to float over to it. Hello, Hearne. Congratulations. Yeah. And in the essay category, second place winner, Cate. Congratulations, Sarah. Yes, I love this. We should give prizes to teenagers every day. Okay, this is Hearne's very beautiful collage, and we can take that. There we go.
Wow.
So, this is what Hearne had to say. This summer, I had my first real experience with yoga, and immediately I fell in love with it. It's a great workout, isn't it? During soccer tryouts, my teammate Laura Newton's mom came and did a yoga session with everyone to loosen us up and relieve all the sore muscles. Later this year, Brooks Newton offered a yoga class at the high school, and until just recently, I've been taking it 2 times a week. I love the ability yoga has to relieve stress and calm me down while being good for my body. The blue in my collage represents the calm and centeredness that I feel during and after a yoga session. And the lotus is a really famous simple yoga pose that is represented by the flower and the person. Gorgeous. Absolutely. Do you have anything you'd like to say? How about, woohoo! I win! Sorry, I'm always speaking for everybody. It's terrible. And Cate. So cool. Are you like totally surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by your standing there like, wow!
Yeah, Sarah.
So, this is an excerpt from Sarah's essay, which is called Fresh Start. It's a very fabulous essay about the Fresh Start program here at Ashland High School, which is really an exceptional program. The well-being of the world is not dictated by outside influences. The choices and resolves humans make generate the kind of environment they live in. The answer to my question was not found in an external example that illustrated an improvement in the world. It took finding a solution inside of me to solve the mystery. At Fresh Start, the water is not different. We all arrive wearing the same clothes and possessing the same personal histories we always have, but we create a world far different from the one we live in each day. How do we do it? It happens when we all get on the bus wanting to make it happen. That is so true. The will of a human being is powerful, and if we can believe in its power, great things can happen. I would like to see a world where people feel safe and comfortable, where people's jaws hurt from smiling too much. I want to live among people who can express their talents free of any fear of ridicule, and where there is always music playing and people dancing. I intend to play my part in this outcome by exuding a positive attitude and accepting people. I used to think that we only had control over ourselves. At Fresh Start, I was proven wrong. A positive atmosphere is highly contagious. I seek to spread the disease. Yes! And your prizes are bumper stickers! Yeah! Cool! Nice, huh? Yeah! Congratulations! It's nice. Do you have a car? Bumper. But you do. It'll be there for you. And in order to get your cash, you've got to have your certificates. Yeah! Where are they? Don't look. Here they are! Ta-da! All right, now you have to come take a picture. All right, here's your certificate, and I'm going to do this with two people. You ready, Joe? You ready? Okay, no. What is this? Library volunteers? Come on down. All right, cool. Don't be shy. This is Marianne. Yay! Hi. Ooh, nice. No. Volunteers for Metaphysical Library are not eligible for cash prizes or VCRs. Sorry. All right. Do we have a second volunteer? Yeah. What is your name? Hi, Cate. I'm Joanie. Nice to meet you. This is all of our friends. You're all here. We're really happy to do this. How long have you guys been volunteering? Ooh, I started 2 years ago. Excellent. Ooh, new volunteer. It's cool. But very cool place. Okay, I'll hold this. You guys have work to do. Okay. Everybody here? Okay. All right. And the winner to send a VCR is Nate now.
Oh my God. He's not here.
Robert. The winner of the second VCR is Natalie Jablonski. Are you here? Yes. Yay! You look like someone in the X-Files right now. It's like the outline of your head. We'll pass this down to you here, Natalie. Very cool. Way to go. Everyone's a winner. Okay. So, ideas, that's what it's all about. We have a couple people who are going to talk to you about what the big idea is. It's my great pleasure to introduce the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library event coordinator, Hearne Moore, and the Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library's business consultant, Naomi Marie.
I don't know, does it work?
It works for a while.
Let's have a big round of applause for our superstar, Joanie McGowan. Joanie spent a lot of work putting all this little program together, and we really appreciate Joanie's hard work. So, this is a great night tonight, and just to summarize, what's the point? Why are we doing this tonight? And two reasons. Number one, we want to support the Ashland High School and get a closer relationship with the high school, but we also want to get more of the young adults to come down and share with us what we're doing. And there's probably a young man or young woman, budding scholar, budding scientist, budding engineer, somebody in this room who could really change the world. And one of the essays that we got talked about the changes that one person can do, like Gandhi or Nelson Mandela or Mother Teresa, what one person can do. And I just want to mention as one of the judges, we had Kleenexes with us, my wife and I, reading those essays. They were very powerful, and it was really great to feel that they felt like holy documents. And so we know there's a lot of great ideas in this room and a lot of wisdom. And there's not much of an opportunity for high school students normally to express themselves. So we're really encouraging you not just to forget about us after tonight, but to try to come down and participate in some of our meetings and join our discussion groups, or we're always looking for people to lecture. There might be somebody with some specialized knowledge and change Ashland, the government, or come up with a new way to alternative energy for a vehicle or power grid or whatever. And it could be somebody sitting in this room right now whose voice hasn't been heard. So that's why we're here tonight, and really glad that you're here, and we hope that you'll come down, especially tomorrow, and see the collages and see our collection. We also have a huge video collection, and not just the books that Joan mentioned, and books on tape, and interviews with famous people on the radio. So it's a really dynamic collection we have down there. And you're not going to find materials in the Ashland City Library along the lines of what we've got. So it's a great collection, and glad that you're here tonight to get a little glimpse of what we're about. So I'll let Naomi and Brady take it over, and thanks for coming.
The people who know me know that it's very rare that I'm left without words. And when I walked into the gallery a couple of days ago, after they put those collages up, I couldn't talk. They were so full of life. The essays are so full of life. One of the amazing things about being a teenager is you are still alive enough to know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are better than a lot of the adults in the world.
Yeah.
That's why some adults are intimidated by you. And I remember being a teenager and looking at adults and seeing right through them. That's why I was really scared to get up on the stage tonight. And then I found out I'm up here with Joanie. That's like, a dream come true. And so you're all here. We're all here tonight because of a vision. And that's Jordan's vision. Jordan's vision to have a library where people can explore different ideas without anybody having an agenda. Just come and see what's here for you. And that's, in my opinion, one of the best things about education and libraries, is it's somebody else's reflection of what they found inside of themselves, and they're offering to you to share that and see what it draws out of you. So the thing that I love about this contest is that from the library, you were invited, without a publishing company in between you and your idea being the world, to share what your vision is, to share who you are. And when they say everybody here is a winner, that is absolutely the truth. Because not only are the people who submitted winners, every single human being in this room is a winner, and your families are winners, and everybody who will ever have the opportunity to see that expression of your soul is a winner.
Yeah.
And my invitation to you is to, as we enter the world and we become adults, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's really overrated. We have to learn how to work in some kind of context. It's kind of like kindergarten all over again. We have to learn a language so that everybody's at least saying something that we can all understand. Don't let the illusion of the world mess up your vision. Hold that vision as you walk into the world so that we can all have a different world. Because part of the reason for the message we're in is people forgot their vision and they bought into the system.
Right.
Learn to work the system and hold your vision, and you'll change the world. Thank you.
That was perfect. That was perfect. The other thing I was thinking about with teenagers, it's like, we're always asking questions like, why'd you dye your hair that color? How many women here over the age of 35 dye their hair? Why do we do that? We're always asking teenagers, why are you wearing that weird outfit? You really want to go? You're going to wear that to school? Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I can't believe I'm walking around town wearing this. I rode my bike here in this dress tonight. This is no way for a 47-year-old woman to behave. But I'm really a teenager. Yes. Okay. A couple of notes before we go to the big moment, first prize. Number one, as we mentioned earlier, all of the collages, all of the essays will be available on the RVML website, which is rvml.org, as of midnight tonight. And don't forget the first Friday, tomorrow night. And the show will be up through the 28th of December, or 23rd of December, till just before Christmas. And there's a reception that'll be happening outside, some food and drink. I'll hang out and congratulate everybody for being so wonderful and for being here tonight, for being so lucky that we get to live in this incredibly beautiful little town. We are the luckiest people in the world. Every time I think I'm having a problem, I look around and go, shut up. Shut up. And we also will be presenting you all with beautiful booklets with all of the essays and with the winning collages, and they're gorgeous. So you get to take those home tonight. They're really cool. All right. Oh, that's right. It's not time for first prize yet. It's time for VCR number 3. Yeah!
Sometimes I wake up with a hangover from doing these things, you know? It's like adrenaline hangover. All right, and here they come. Look, volunteers streaking out of the audience without even being asked. It's Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Joanie McGowan. Nice to see you. And Joan. Joan has done so much work for this event. There's been so much work for the library. VCR number 3. And the winner is... You can do that again. I love that. And again. It's like trumpets on helium. And the winner is Maddie Stokes. Maddie, are you here? No. Too bad. The winner of VCR number 3 is hopeful people out there. Michelle Smith. Are you here? No? Double bummer. And the winner of VCR number 3 is... Oh my God. Faye Walker. Work this thing. Mosh that right over to Faye there. All right. Way to go, Faye. Congratulations. All right. This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. No, it's not. I already got the moment I was waiting for. I got to read all these essays and look at all these collages before any of you guys did. That was the moment I was waiting for, because they are all spectacular. Okay, so, that thing about searching for answers. Searching for answers. This was a really big question. Who wins the, first prize? This prize. How do you do that? How do you make this choice? Like everyone said tonight, everybody's a winner in this contest. When you read all these essays, you will know how difficult the choices were. When you see all the collages, you will know how difficult the choices were. But a decision had to be made. And so, I know what the judges went through was, this process, this digging deep inside of themselves and looking for this answer. And many times, when we're looking for answers, we've had them all along. We suddenly go, oh man, I can't believe it was just there the whole time and none of us knew. So, if you have a hard time doing this in the dark. Oh, I just want to mention something. All of the winners also get a 6-month membership to the library, and I have those certificates up here. I'll get those to you too before the end of the night. Kind of missed that, but that's a cool thing, so go down and check it out. So,
All along, we've had the answers right in front of us. If you could see in this room, which is fairly dark right now, I think we maybe need to turn the lights up for this. You've had the answers in your hands the whole time. So let's turn on the lights. Okay, house lights. If you look at your program on the inside, on the lower left-hand side, there's a photograph of shelves of books. And if you look very closely in those photo images, you'll see that the winner of the essay contest is Renata Jarvi, and the winner of the collage category is Shanay Healy. And that is printed in very small print. So here they are, our winners of first prize. And Shanay's collage is, Shanay, come over here. Get over here. Can we get it? Is it here? Is it there? Oh, there it is. And it is titled The Dawn of Peace. And it's incredibly beautiful. How much time did you spend on this?
A while.
Yeah. More than an hour, less than 5 weeks?
Yeah, more than an hour, less than 5 weeks. Probably about 3 or 4 days.
It's very, very beautiful. What kind of materials have you got here?
There was acrylic paint, and there was just magazine cutouts with some Sharpie.
It's very stunning. Yes, no, thank you. And this is a bit of what Shanay had to say about her essay, about her collage. And the whole statement is beautiful, too. You'll have a chance to read that. The world as I see it today is a lot like me, continually learning and growing for the better. Something I want to change in me and in the world is to add more peace and harmony. I wish to see the world working in peace. I promote this through all of my actions, and my collage demonstrates my emotions toward this change. A point I was sure to make in my collage was that this is about the world, not the United States of America, or France, or Iraq. This is the world, the whole world as one. And when we all come together, we are really not that different. When we realize that we are all one, we can then achieve peace. Yes, because everyone's fighting. You see, the dawn of peace is a new concept I've grasped. I've come to comprehend that if we start promoting peace now, in the end, we will see the sunset on the journey to peace. In my collage, you see a tree trunk supporting the hands symbolizing peace. We are the roots, and if we don't risk peace, then our flowers of giving hands will never bloom. There are too many people in the world that don't get out there and do something about their passion for peace. If they don't, then their passion will fade, and they'll miss their chance to help. Fantastic.
It's amazing, and I'm proud that I was able to get my message out there.
We are glad you're getting your message out there. Yeah. Your essay is very beautiful. Renata's essay is titled Life in Motion. Monkey, not working? Hello? Oh, we don't need that. No. So this is an excerpt from Renata's Life in Motion. Mikhail Baryshnikov once said, "I do not try to dance better than anyone else. I only try to dance better than myself. Every time I feel the brilliant spotlights of the stage illuminating me, I do my utmost to outdance my previous performance. This art form requires the personal growth of its artists and has taught me how to grow in my day-to-day existence as well. My work ethic was instilled in me early on by my eagerness to expand my repertoire, my willingness to find perfection in every placement of my hand or tilt of my head, and the concept of teamwork has never been alien to me.
I have never been afraid of the pain this art form brings because I know that every little bit of repetition and straining of leg or arm will only help me realize my goals that much sooner. Interpreting the music of any genre and giving it physical form gives me a bone-deep sense of satisfaction and a feeling of rightness. This is my purpose in life. Dance frees me and centers me. It is my defense against the confusion and chaos of life on this earth. It is my refuge and my joy, and I think fate, chance, luck, or any higher power that might be for my talent, for the opportunity to pursue what I love, and for the joy it gives to me, and to the audience. And we thank you for